Deommodore, Lenoir, welcome back. We've had you on before. Brian Murphy, Markus Boucher, Murph and Markus. We do the mornings here on KNBR, the Niner flagship. Man, I know it was a rough game in Tampa Bay. We appreciate you hopping on to talk 49er football on the UMA guest line. Good morning, Demo. How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, Demo?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
We're doing good. We appreciate you hopping on a Tuesday. I always like to check in, man. How you doing? Like a Tuesday, is this a total chill day for you, or are you going to work? What's a Demo Tuesday with no practice like?
Just recovery, just trying to get the body back, so I can be able to perform on Sunday.
Yeah, so just a chill Tuesday, sounds like it. All right, let's start. Before we go forward into the Falcons and what lies ahead, let's talk a little bit about what you guys experienced on Sunday. If you could just share with the fans out there and with us just what it was like, I don't know where you were on the field when you saw Fred go down, and if you had a chance to talk to him when he was on the field, and just how your mind was racing then. Could you just take us to that moment there, Demo? What happened?
So I was playing the field corner at the time, so I kind of seen, I just seen him on the ground, but I didn't see the number yet. So I was hoping it wasn't Fred, but I was hoping it wasn't anybody, but at least that it was Fred, So I was just kind of watching the play, and then I seen him. I heard him scream, and then I was like, he usually don't scream like that. So then I knew it was kind of bad when I seen all the trainers running out. But then he was still in good spirits. He wasn't down on himself. Dealing with an injury like that, you would think somebody would be down, but he was still in good spirits. He was just saying next man up. And, just finish the game and keep fighting.
Demo, we know how much of a leader Fred Warner is for this team. So talk to us about the significance and the meaning of Fred Warner sticking around to break down the team after the game, even after this injury.
That just shows his character and his leadership, just the type of player he is. He never going to quit on his team and never, just always going to be there, whenever we need him.
Yeah, we're talking Deommodore Lenoir on the UMA guest line. He's our 49er player of the week. So you said some interesting stuff after the game, hey, man, I wanted to be a leader, and now it's kind of happening. I mean, you already were. If you looked at that Niner defense, people looked at Bosa on the D-line, Warner and the linebackers, and you in the secondary. But now, Demo, you're in the huddle, and you look around, and those guys aren't there. 97 and 54 aren't there. What's going on in your head at that point in time? How do you lead kids? Is it vocally? Is it film? Is it on the sidelines? How do you do it?
Just being vocal, I would say that start because Fred was kind of the vocal piece. So now that that's going to be gone, someone's going to have to fill in, which I feel like myself, where I can fill in and just be, held everybody accountable, make sure that we all working as one.
Yeah, Demo, and I think now a lot of 49er fans are not only going to be looking at guys like you, but guys like Robert Saleh leading this defense. Now, you did not get the opportunity to play underneath Robert Saleh before you were drafted by the 49ers. So what has been the biggest change or maybe biggest difference for you now playing in Robert Saleh's scheme this year?
I would say the energy, the energy he brings to the defense, is second to none. I haven't been, with a coach like that ever since I've been playing football. The IQ, the way he studied the game, I feel like he always putting us in a position to win.
Sounds like you and he are going to be kind of the leaders of the group going forward. Let's talk about Tatum Bethune. He number 48. He's going to be the guy. Give us the scouting report, Demo, on this guy stepping in, what kind of person he is, what kind of player he is, and your relationship with him.
It's kind of crazy because, Fred used to always make Tatum break down the team. So it's I've seen the leadership in him already. So just hearing him talk, I know that he's made of the right stuff, and I feel like I got the utmost confidence in him. I feel like he's gonna do great out there.
Yeah, and then you look at the guy playing next to him, D. Winters, who I think most 49er fans would agree has done a phenomenal job filling in for Dre Greenlaw this year. Talk to us about the development you've seen from him becoming one of these sideline-to-sideline linebackers.
Oh, yeah, for sure. D. Winters, he's playing a top 10 linebacker in the league right now. Just the way the game slowed down to him, and just me seeing him as a young guy and overcoming all the obstacles he faced, and just being able to, be a helping hand and, help him slow the game down and talk the game with him and just elevate him.
Deommodore Lenoir, 49er Player of the Week on the UMA guest line. Go big picture here, Demo. And last year when McCaffrey went down and Ayuk went down, it was so frustrating. You guys have finished 6-11. It was obviously frustrating, the whole Drake Greenlaw, et cetera. So then you guys start 4-1, and you're like, hey, man. But then Bosa's down. You're like, oh, man. Now Warner's down. You're like, oh, man. Is there a sense of like deja vu, like I can't believe this is happening 2 years in a row? And if so, what hope does that give you? Like, can you have hope for the rest of the season?
Oh yeah, I mean, I still believe, I still believe that we can still be this great team. Just the resiliency and the team that we have, and like just to see Fred go down, everybody was still fighting. So I see that as the character of this team is still there. So I feel like we still can go a long way.
Yeah, and it feels like every time we've seen somebody go down this season, we've seen somebody else step up on both sides of the ball. And most recently, it's been your quarterback, Mac Jones, stepping up, not only to lead your team to a couple of victories, but also stepping up towards the front of the line, walking out of the tunnel with the boombox. Now, I know that's usually saved for you and Trent Williams, so how did Mac Jones be able to sneak his way towards the front of that line, Demo?
Hey, Mac got swag, man. It was a no-brainer when he came up there. The way he's been leading us, he's a true leader, and he's been playing out of this world.
Yeah, he played hurt on that game on Sunday. You could tell he was banged up. That's pretty darn cool. Hey, man, switching back to Bosa and Warner for a second, can those guys still contribute even if they're not in uniform? And if so, how can they still help the team?
I mean, just the power of their words. Everybody like to hear their voice. When they speak, we all ears, and just they've been there the longest, so they know this game better than us.
Yeah, Demo, and now you're one of those veterans stepping up, leading this defense. Talk to us about some of the young guys you're playing next to. Renardo Green, Upton Stout. We hear so much about the energy. What has it been like lining up with those guys next to you?
Oh, it's been great. I feel like since I've been here, this has been one of the better secondaries that we done had. Just Upton coming in, playing as a rookie, and just making plays. The game slowing down for him. Also, just taking on that nickel role. It's a lot because I didn't play it for 2 years, so I know the ins and the outs, and everything that you got to deal with just playing that spot. So I'll take my hat off to him. He's doing a great job.
And you guys got Malik Mustafa back, right? Big hitter. I mean, the safeties have been interesting, Demo, because you guys have kind of changed them up a little bit. But getting Mustafa back, what does he bring to the table?
One of our physical players on the defense, I would say, he a guy that has no fear. He played relentless and he played lights out. So it's lovely to have him back.
Yeah, and I've heard you refer to Mustafa as the human bullet before, but Demo, I know that you like making some tackles too. We got to talk about that play over the weekend against Cade Otton. Are we classifying that as a body slam, a suplex? How would you describe that tackle in that play?
I would say a body slam.
Body slam. And that's something about your game, too, where you're not afraid to kind of stick your nose in the dirt. I mean, we saw the play a couple weeks ago against the Ram where both you and Chase Lucas were able to crash the line of scrimmage and contribute in the run game as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's, I like to get my nose dirty sometimes.
I wonder, we were looking at your background, Demo, growing up in L.A., there's a note that says your high school football coach was really close with Richard Sherman, and that means you were close with Richard Sherman then, too? Is that true? Go all the way back to high school?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
What was that like? Tell us about that. Like, a guy that successful coming to your high school field and or summer workouts.
Yeah, it was surreal. Just to see him, just knowing that he'd be on TV and everything he accomplished. Just being able to, play the same position and being able to talk that kind of language, it was just a blessing.
Is he still somebody you reach out to as a resource?
Oh yeah, for sure. I had talked to him before the Rams game, and he was just telling me just to be more patient when you're out there.
It's Funny, he's, Mr. Seahawk, Legion of Boom and all, but he rides with the 49ers pretty strong, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, this where his heart at, man.
Maybe even more than the Seahawks. I don't know. It's funny, he had a little bit of beef with Seattle or something, so he'll wear those like red suits on TV. Very funny. Hey, Demo, before I let you go, man, just a little bit about this upcoming weekend. Here come the Falcons. Bijan Robinson. I know he's a running back, so he's not your primary concern. We'll get to Drake London in a second, but he put on a show last night. Raheem Morris called him the best player in the NFL. How much does he have your attention, and how much of a role will you play in trying to contain Bijan Robinson?
Just like Kyle said, we don't need nobody doing anything out of the ordinary. Just come and bring your A game. I'm gonna do my 111, and I'm gonna try to make sure we get this W.
Wait, what's 111?
The 111 on the defense.
Okay.
1 of 11. Yeah.
Oh, 1 of 11. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I thought it was a code or something. My bad.
As a unit. Now, Demo, which one of the 11 is going to get the first interception of the season?
I'm always say me, but just as long as we get one.
And then finally, Drake London, too. He had a big game. I know you relish those things, right? Like you seem to always want those. That's got your competitive juices flowing?
Oh, for sure. I come bring myself every week. I don't worry about nobody else. They got to worry about me.
Hey, is Sunday Night Football extra special for you, knowing that you guys are the only show in town?
Oh, yeah. When the lights is big, the hyena come out.
All right, man. Hey, listen, we appreciate you. We know it's a big deal now. You're going to be that. You're growing up, man. You're going to be the leader of that defense. And like you said, and like Kyle said, it's time for you. You're going to be in that huddle. You're the guy. You're the guy with seniority. So we'll look forward to you playing on Sunday night. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Demo.
Appreciate it.